and Jordan, and today we wanted to do a little video on how we met and also our process of moving from the UK to the US, or me personally. So I guess I'll start on how we actually met.
Yeah, that's a good place.
So I went to Comic-Con to meet the Yogscast and specifically Sips. So I got a selfie with Sips and uploaded it onto Twitter where he retweeted it, and then some little stalker called Xanator.
I worked for him. I still work for him.
Yeah,
I
he
just
did.
happened to see it.
He saw me on the Twitter and he started following me.
Yeah. I mean, well, I was like, damn girl. And, well, I was like, wow, she's pretty. And then I went to her page and I was like, ooh, she plays Minecraft and video games. And
Video games.
exactly. But I saw that and I was like, ooh, she actually does a lot of Minecraft and plays a lot of stuff. So I was just like, maybe I should, follow her and hope that I get to play with her one day. It just kind of escalated slightly.
So, I slid into his DMs.
You did, yeah.
After trying to talk to him on Twitter, but because I didn't really know him, it was a bit weird. So I broke the ice badly, but we got talking and we were pretty much inseparable from the day that we started talking.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't be without my phone because I pretty much just would lose my shit if I didn't have it around me, knowing what she was doing. I need to know everything. I don't know why. I just are you peeing? I need to know.
I'm currently not peeing.
Are you sure?
Yes,
okay,
I'm very sure.
Peeing. Yeah, we know. But that's what I felt like I needed to have my phone with me just in case you need to tell me.
Yeah. So we were pretty much inseparable texting, and I had no clue what he looked like at this point because he's quite anonymous online.
Until recently, yeah.
Yeah, until recently. And so I sort of fell in love with this guy from Twitter over DMs and text messages. And we spoke non-stop for months and months and months. And it was crazy. And I just, I knew that I just couldn't be without this guy. So... shortly after we'd spoke for a long time, and then I did know what you looked like at this point because we'd been Skyping and stuff. So he wasn't completely a murderer. At least I knew that he was real. I got 2 weeks off work. And me and Mom were eating lunch one day, and she actually told me to just go see him.
Which was very odd for her.
Super weird. Protective mom.
It's not her at all, but
No.
for some reason, she just believed in it.
She knew. She just was like, you need to go. You need to find out whether this guy is right for you or not.
Yeah.
So just do it. So I called him up, and he was kind of hesitant on it, but of course you would be
Yeah, it's well, I mean, I was in a Walmart parking lot when you told me, and I was just going in to get a game. It's just sudden. It's quite a big shock to hear suddenly out of nowhere. I'm just like, what? But I mean, I was excited but terrified at the same time because obviously you were coming for 11 days.
Yeah.
And you just have no clue what it's actually going to be like. And if she gets there and you guys don't really get on, she's there for 11 days.
And it's it's really scary. And it was the same for me because I didn't know him and I didn't know how it was going to be when we were together, if it was going to be awkward or not.
Yeah.
So.
But the thing is, saying that, I think we were a lot closer than we're making it sound, though, a little bit. Cause
no, we were.
By November, I had something made, an engagement ring. We met in July 10th, right around your birthday.
And when we said we met, we mean online.
Yeah, I followed her on Twitter at this time, and that's the first time I actually replied to her because it was her 22nd birthday. She's 13 days older, so she's grandma. But also, sorry, had to. But by November, I already had a ring being designed by her favorite jewelry designer, Tessa Metcalf. Metcalf? I don't know. Something like that, but she knows us. She's very, very nice. We met her when we were in London. And she designed the ring for us, and I I mean, it was kind of a secret to you, I guess. Like I feel
it
like
it wasn't. You were kind of very open with how you
but,
felt towards me, so.
Yeah, I don't think I could have done it any other way though.
No.
Like,
but it was like a complete surprise. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, skip forward to March.
Mm-hmm.
So I flew 11 hours on my own. I hate flying.
Oh.
It was the worst. And I arrived in Atlanta.
Yeah.
To find out that my plane had been delayed for 4 hours, and that I also didn't have a seat on the plane because they'd overbooked it, even though I'd booked the flight. Thank you, Delta. But thankfully some nice people gave up their seats, so I actually got on the plane 4 hours late. So I was super tired. I was like really upset. Like I called you and I was crying my eyes out. Like I was so upset.
It was really bad.
But then I got to Lexington and came down the escalators to see a beautiful big man waiting for me.
Oh, tiny.
Tiny man.
Yeah.
Waiting for me. And
the shortest man you ever saw.
Yeah, the shortest man I ever did see. I mean, look at this. Look at the head size difference. Come on now.
You're tiny. And you're tall for a girl too, which is
funny.
Yeah,
I know. But it was like this crazy, overwhelming feeling of coming home, and we'd never met. This was the first time that we'd met, and it was the most, I don't know, it was kind of magical. Yeah. Even though I was really tired and
once
crazy.
We like hugged and kissed, it was definitely all worth it. But like when we did that, it just felt like we'd never been apart. It was the oddest feeling. It felt like we'd done that 1,000 times.
Yeah, it really did.
But then it was just like, I don't know. It's definitely the oddest feeling I've had, but in like the best way.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, that made like all the distance worth it at the point, because it was like the first time that we actually had.
Yeah.
Been.
It was like a total movie.
Yeah.
It's like the best thing I could ever think of in my life, and it happened, and it was real, and it happened to me. So.
It was definitely crazy in the best way.
Yeah. So 3 days in, we were actually getting ready to go to the movies to see Zootropolis.
Zootopia.
Oh, of course.
That's what they call it over there.
Yeah, they had 2 names for it. And Jordan was just in like dad shirt, like coffee stain, dad jeans, dad boots, and then we were actually taking photos of the city, weren't we?
Yeah,
the sunset. And he was like, "Oh, there's a roof terrace, so let's go up there." And this big lug just got on the floor and then proposed to me.
Yeah, I mean, waste no time, really.
No.
Voice crack, I like them.
I mean...
But, waste no time.
He definitely liked it and put a ring on it, that's for sure.
My girl Beyonce taught me that.
So, then 11 days after that, I had to sadly go home.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Which, if you're in a long-distance relationship, you understand how hard it is to actually say goodbye to someone. And even though we just met, it was, like, no different. It was the worst thing I could ever think of happening.
Yeah, I had to, like, well, not really. I was about to say I'm somewhat tame with my emotions, but I'm, like, out there. I just let everyone know how I feel. But, like, I just started, like, bawling in front of everyone once she, like, finally disappeared through the line. Because I stood there and, like, watched you as long as I possibly could.
Yeah.
Like, luckily I'm taller than everyone, so I was able to just do that and look over everyone.
It was so sad.
But,
it was so hard leaving.
Yeah, and as soon as you disappeared, I just started, like, bawling out, and then I had security escort me out. Because, like, they didn't want me to, like, do that in front of everyone. It was just, like, this old black man taking me out and being super nice. The one that helped you with the passport, that's all I remember.
Oh, he was cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked him.
Yeah, it was him.
So then we had 2 months apart, and we were trying to figure out in that 2 months how we were going to do this.
Because we were so depressed being apart.
It was so difficult.
And we wanted to, like, minimize being apart as much as possible.
Yeah.
Which we did. So we basically, before you even booked a flight to come see me, we started to do our K1 visa, which basically allows a fiancé entry into the US. Mm-hmm.
And then once you're in, you have to get married in 90 days.
Yeah.
So we started that process, which was very expensive, very long. Like, he stayed up for...
About 17 hours just working on that. That was my full day. Like, I did nothing else.
Insane. Like, the amount of paperwork you have to do is incredible.
The thing I ended up sending off weighed 11 pounds, and it was just paperwork.
Yeah. So this is me moving, or it's trying to start my process from moving from the UK to the US. Yeah.
It was just the start of it, too.
Just the start. We're, like, still doing it. But anyway... So you booked some flights, and we actually met back in London again. That
First
was...
flight.
Is that May?
That was May 1st I landed.
May 1st. Okay, yeah, because I quit my job in
Well,
April.
I landed on May 2nd because of the time difference.
Yeah, of course. So he did his first flight ever.
Yeah. My first one was from Lexington, Kentucky to Detroit. And I was on the smallest plane that Delta has, and I noticed it was quite bumpy on the way through. But when I actually landed, the pilot came on the intercom to apologize for the worst turbulence he had ever been through. And I was just like, okay, it wasn't that bad. So, like, every other flight's been, like, pretty chill for me so far.
Yeah, you're like the pro at flying, you know?
Yeah, start hard and it's all easy from there, I guess.
Pretty much. So we stayed in London for a month, and my parents came down to visit when it was my friend's art show at my old uni. So you got to meet them for the first time, and it was kind of rushed and hectic because we were all trying to get out.
Yeah.
And they hit it off so well, like unbelievably well.
Me and your dad are best friends.
Yeah. And we just decided we weren't ready to leave each other because there's a lot of time spent between applying for the K1 visa and actually getting approved for it. So we figured that we didn't want to spend that time apart. So we decided to move your flight, not once, but 3 times.
Yeah. I had a 6-month visa. I could have stayed until November.
Yeah.
So I used pretty much all of it up. And we do have to give, like, a huge thanks to your parents because we told them that we wanted to stay even before they met me, and they were fine with it.
100%.
Because we messaged,
they just knew.
Like, we called them before I even had, talked to them really, other than on Skype. And then they were, like, suddenly, like, yeah, you can stay at our place, no problem. I'm just like, cool.
Yeah. But then over the 6 months, like, him and my dad were literally like this. They were going on bike rides together and, like, going on trips together to see trains and, like, everything. It was incredible. Like, nobody's ever bonded that well with my family before, and that means a lot to me because they mean so much to me. So
like, went to the National Railway Museum with your dad, stayed there for, like, 3 hours until we got, like, thrown out.
It was really, really nice. And sort of, like, even though I knew you were already perfect, that was, like, the cherry on the cake for me.
Made it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get along with someone's family in some way. Like, otherwise it's just not going to be good because someone's going to be complaining all the time about something.
Yeah, it's never worth it.
No.
So, we were still applying for the visa, we were still applying for everything while we were waiting for it, and then we finally got, in September, finally got my medical examination and my interview dates. So basically that meant we had to go back to London, which is...
Yeah.
So I went for my medical at... Was it... It was near Hyde Park. Knightsbridge. Knightsbridge.
Yeah.
It's all really, like, basic. They just want to make sure that you're healthy and everything.
Yeah,
and
it was super simple, super quick.
It was really quick. The hardest part was taking blood, and that's because I hate giving blood.
You just got a little lightheaded, but beyond that, you were fine.
It was fine, 100%. I had all my vaccines. I didn't need anything. It was super
as long as you're, like, a normal, healthy human, like, that has to have the vaccines they're supposed to, you're fine.
I was so nervous, but it was so easy to do. So
and the doctors were lovely there.
Yeah, they were so cool.
The guy doing the exams was hilarious, too.
He referred to, like, the human body as a car, so he was saying that he was the mechanic giving the bad news to people all day. But it was great. It was super easy. You have, like, a chest x-ray, and that was literally all that happened to me.
Yeah.
So if you have that, do not worry about that. It's so easy. It's like the best part.
It really is.
And then a week later, we had my interview at the US Embassy.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I wasn't allowed in because I was there with her. So I wasn't allowed in, so I just stayed in the park that's basically in front of the embassy. I forget what it's called.
Grosvenor Park.
Yeah, Grosvenor Park. So it's the American park, basically, which is very interesting. So if your fiance there waiting, you know where to look.
Yeah, you've got loads to look at.
Yeah, and there's a great cafe that's way too much for a cappuccino. But
You'll never forget that cappuccino because it costs so much.
It was this tall, and it cost $4 or £4.
Yeah.
Like, why?
London, baby. So that was really easy. You just sort of like sit and wait around for like your number to be called. They literally ask you the simplest of questions. And I mean, if you are a legitimate couple,
it's easy. You breeze through it and you were like, how am I done?
Like the guy just turned around and he was like, yeah, that's fine, you're approved. And I was like, I hadn't finished my whole like spiel and he was already doing that and I couldn't even thank him properly because it was so easy. Yeah. And then I called you from the bathrooms because I really needed to nervous poop. And I was like crying and he was crying and we thought that was it. There's more, but that was a massive, massive bit because that allowed me my visa into the US.
Yeah, that was the biggest bit, the hardest bit, really.
Yeah.
Like getting that approved, and it's pretty much smooth sailing from there because she's now allowed in the US.
Mm-hmm. I just can't leave.
Yeah, she can't leave for like a year, but she's here now.
But I'm
that's
here.
The important bit.
So we flew back on October 5th?
Yeah.
October 5th. So, and easy as walked in with my visa. You hand over a big package to the dude at the airport.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then we were here.
Yeah. And then a few days later, we got married.
Yeah. Well, Halloween.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, it's
only
not
a
that
few
big
days.
of a space.
Yeah. So you've only got 90 days to get married, and we're going to have a big ceremony in May for all my family to come over because obviously it's very expensive to get here. But yeah, we just went to the courthouse and they were playing.
The Price is Right.
The Price is Right was on the TV behind us while we were getting married in the courthouse.
Yeah, and someone was making a sandwich at the same time.
Yeah.
But
it was really romantic.
Yeah, best Halloween wedding there
Best Halloween wedding. It was amazing. Yeah. It was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was perfect though.
It really
couldn't have been any better. And then we took pictures out in front of the courthouse.
Yeah.
So that was very nice, and they turned out amazing.
Yeah.
We have them up in the house now.
Honestly, like, as shitty as it was, like, for what it was, really, it was the best. Because I got to finally marry the dude that I've been waiting my entire life to meet, because he's amazing and he's everything to me. So.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
But yeah, so right now we're doing our
adjustment of
status, which is what you have to do after you get married. So she can get
a green card. It'll be 6 months to a year, and then we'll be able to apply for like Social Security and all this stuff, and her Social Security number, and get her more into the system where she can work and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really not too hard of a process. It's just a pricey process.
As long as you have a lot of savings, like honestly, like we're really lucky to being able to do it as quick as we were. But it's really, really pricey.
Yeah.
And you really need to save your ass off to be able to do it.
Because we managed to do it within about, I guess, 7-8 months altogether.
I think
with the adjustment status and all, I guess. And that's not really typical, because I just happened to have the money saved back and ready to go.
Yeah.
And managed to, like, work pretty much a lot for it. So, I mean, it made it a little bit easier to get by, but I'd say the normal was probably like a year, which, if you think about it, it's still not. It's went by so quick.
Yeah, it really has.
I mean, if you're like going for it and if you want to do it, just do it and start as soon as possible. Like,
yeah,
you get
don't
engaged,
wait. Like,
do it.
For real, don't wait. There's no reason to. If you know that
Yeah.
this is the person that you want to be with and you will literally travel across the globe for them,
Yeah.
just do it. Don't be afraid to do the paperwork. It might seem scary, but you really need to get on top of it because it takes so long.
Yeah, it really, really does. But, you know, I think it all, like, as annoying as it has been and everything, like, doing all the paperwork,
Yeah.
it was definitely a good thing, I think, to have, because, I mean, I was very thorough with it, and I took the time with it. That's why I was up 17 hours. So I'd suggest you make sure you actually have all the information, because they will send you a RFE, which is basically a request for more information. And you do not want to do that, because that just delays the process more months. So make sure to be thorough with it.
Keep everything. Keep all your receipts. Keep all letters. Keep everything that you've ever sent to each other. Text messages, anything.
Like, I even used just like screenshots of our Skype conversation, WhatsApp conversations.
Mm-hmm.
That's really enough for them. Some photos we took when we were in downtown Lexington and things like that. And that was like, I mean, they didn't even question anything of us. So, which I think, you know, it's pretty obvious, like she said before, if you actually see us more than like a second.
Yeah.
So, makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't hesitate. It's worth it.
Yeah.
We're kind of proof of that because now we live together and we're married. So
Yeah.
we have our own house and...
It's actually funny because we came in October 5th. We got married on the 31st of October. And then we moved into a place on November 15th after going on a week and a half honeymoon.
Yeah.
To like Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, luckily before all the fires and everything. But that was like quite, like, it's felt hectic.
Yeah.
Like, very hectic. But
we're only now sort of being able to breathe.
Yeah. This is like the first time I've been able to just sit down like and work for like properly for probably the last year now.
Yeah.
It's been pretty much a year of non-stop doing something, I feel. And it's finally
for sure.
like I feel relaxed-ish. There's still a lot to do.
Yeah, there's still a lot.
But,
like, there's a lot ahead of us, but
but
the main bit
it's probably the most chill that we're going to be.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And it's our first Christmas together.
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve right now. Tomorrow's
Yeah.
Christmas. To timestamp this for you.
Yeah.
And so it'll be our first Christmas, and I'll be opening all the puppies that she's wrapped for me.
There's no puppies. Oh, I wish there was. We'll get a dog next year. It'll be fine. So anyway, have great holidays.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Be with your family. Be with your loved ones. Drink, eat, be merry.
Drink
all that
more.
good stuff. Drink more. Drink lots more.
Yeah.
If you're legal to.
Yeah.
Or just steal the wine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But thanks for watching, and hopefully that's kind of like helpful to you. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments. We'll always be very happy to answer them.
Yeah. Do our best.
Yeah. So good luck if you're in a process, and keep going with the long distance relationship if you're just in one of them, because it's totally worth it.
Oh yeah. Thud.
Bye.
Bye. Wanna go do it?